Okay, here we are drawing a house. We're going to combine some of the drawing commands that we learned earlier and use them to create a rough sketch of a house. After you understand the basics, you will take the code that Mrs. Dovey uses and add new items to create a house of your own in this lesson's code practice. Write code to create a drawing of a house. Okay, we can see.
But we're going to stay on the bottom because we want to keep it horizontal.
We're going to see what she's doing there. Okay, let's see what her house looks like. Just kind of want to see her house. Okay, cool. Oh, that's interesting. Kind of a slanted roof there. Okay, so it's basically a square with a triangle on top, right? All right. So you watch the video, go click through the information there, and then try it. Okay, so you should see the following code in your programming environment. Using the house program we started in lesson 6.5 as a foundation, modify the code to add in the house drawing. Make additions to your house, such as windows, doors, and a roof. Okay, so canvas. Need that draw polygon function again. Okay, there it is. Of course, that's going to draw a triangle because I just copied and pasted that. Okay, let's make this white. Make this the house. And like one. Okay, we want a polygon. That's not going to work because that's, if we run that code, we're going to see that it's like way up there. We don't want a triangle like that. We want a triangle that's flat. Okay, so let's see. Okay, our canvas is 600 by 600. So maybe we want our first point to be somewhere out here. So that's like 400 down, not too far from the left side. Maybe 50 is fine. Then the next point, the last point, is going to be 400 down, but like more than 50. Okay, and then this point is going to be somewhere. Oh wait, I'm screwing up here. Okay, the first number is not. First number is horizontal. Okay, so this is what I want to be 50. This is what I want to be 400. Same thing here. I want this to be 250. Sorry, this to be 250, and this one to be 400. And then this number has to be halfway between those two, and it should be less than 400, like 300. Okay, let's run the code. Okay, so there I got my roof to my house. Okay, how about another polygon? I want it on the same line here. But this time I want it to be a square. So I'm going to add another point. And let me think about where I want this point. Did some random numbers now just to see what happens. Okay. All right. So I want this point. I want this thing to be down here like a square underneath the triangle. Kind of look like that abstract house shape. Nobody's got a house that looks like that, but for some reason we say that's a house. So okay, triangle on top of square. Square should be a little bit inside, and it should be at the same height. It's going to go down. Okay, so let's say instead of 50, I got 50. Starting at the same point at 400. Then I'm going to go down. So the horizontal coordinate is going to stay the same. This is going to increase. So let's do 500. And now I'm going along the bottom, drawing my line along the bottom. I can imagine that. So it starts, or it ends just shy of 250. So let's make it 240. And it's at the same vertical level, 500. All right, let's try that. Oh, okay, I kind of screwed up on the end there because it didn't quite work. Let's see the last one. Okay, so it goes down. Oh, yeah, this has got to be 240. All right, there's my house, or the outside of my house. Now I need a window and a door. I think I'm going to change colors because I'm getting bored with green here. So I'm going to do blue. I'm going to do my window. It's going to be a square, but it's got to fit inside the square that's already there. Okay, so if I fit something inside, I probably got to increase this, make it 70, so it's farther from the left side of the canvas. And let's increase this one as well, but it's got to be between 400 and 500, maybe 410. And I'm going straight down. 430. I'm going to the right, but I want to be less than that. Between more than 70, but less than that, maybe 100. And this stays the same. And then this is going to be 100 and 410. Okay, let's run the code. There is my beautiful window there in blue. And we need a door. So let's make a door. And I'm drawing a polygon. This time I think I want a rectangle, and a rectangle that starts at the bottom, or that goes down to the bottom of the house. So it's going to go all the way down to 500 here. I want it to be red. And I don't want it to be the same place as the window. Maybe I'll move it over a little bit. Let's see, how far can I move it over? Maximum of 240, but I don't want it all the way over there. Maybe 200. 200, and I want it to start a little bit lower, maybe 450. So then it goes down to 500, goes along the bottom. No, this has got to be more than 200. I'm more at home. Let's make it like, let's see, I don't want it, maybe 220. 220, 500, and then this is going to be 220 and go back up to where I started, which was 450. All right, let's try it. There we go. There's my door, and I think I'm done. Let's try it, check the code. Okay, that works. Next, we have circles. That's the next lesson. All right, so I'm looking through the slides again, looking through the videos. Here are the slides, circles. So here's another function, canvas draw circle. Okay, and you can see that's a color there. And I've got a starting point. Or no, sorry, I've got a center, not a starting point, center. That's the center of my circle. So I got a center of my circle. I've got a width of the line. And I've got maybe a radius here. Okay, that looks like a radius. So here are the parameters. Okay, right, XY location, circle width, line thickness, and color, line color. Oh, fill color. Okay. So then I can determine if I want different line color and fill color. There's no built-in command for an arc, but you can cover up part of the circle with another shape to make an arc. So draw circle is the new function that we're learning here. Cool. Okay, let's try out this code just to see what happens. There it is. So it's green. It's got a width of about 5, I think. So let's play with these just to make sure we know what they do. What if we make the width like 10? Well, I just made it fatter. So that's definitely, this parameter is the width. I can make it skinny. There it is. Okay. Now, what about this? I think this is the radius. So what if we make it like 200? Then I get a bigger circle, right? Because it's the radius is the distance from the center of the circle, so it's going out farther. Cool. And you see this little stuff right here is just they define two variables, width and height, and then they make that the settings for the frame, and then by dividing it by 2, you make sure that the circle is going to be right in the middle of the frame. Right. Let's try making that smaller. What if we made these both like 400? Okay. Now you can see the circle is going to be right in the middle of the frame. The center of the circle is right there. Cool. All right. Copy that just in case we need it. We got that function copied in our clipboard. All right. Practice. I'll let you do the lesson practice. We'll go right to the code practice. Okay, so, oh man, that's gonna that's gonna be hard. Okay, use the code above to write a program that draws an image of a boat on water. Your program should create an image similar to the one below. Your image does not need to be exactly the same as the one above, but can have slight modifications. Okay, boat on the ocean. Cool. No, I want the background white. By 600. Oh, I like that width and height thing. Or we'll just call it W and H. We're cool, lazy programmers. I don't want to write the whole word. All right, so my code is going to go here. All right, I'm going to draw a circle. Now, if we imagine the waves are like, they're like arcs. Okay, they're like parts of arcs, but there's no specific code for an arc, and it's the same one over and over, huh? Let's see see, 1, 2, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you have a half on either side, so 5 that go across there. Well, it's 600 divided by 5. That's it's 125. Okay, so the radius of my circles is going to be 120. Sorry. So, former math teacher here. 600 divided by 5 is 120. Okay, so I want something that will have a radius of 120. And I think, whenever I see these like repeated shapes, that's like a little light goes off. I'm like, hey, let's use a for loop. So for I in range, let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got 6 of those. 6 circles. I mean, I know some are not complete circles, but that's okay. Canvas, draw a circle. Okay, I want it to start at like all the way over to the left. And each time it's going to go over it's going to go to the right, the length of one circle. Okay, so then this has got to be close to 600, close to the bottom, but not all the way. So I want like maybe 460. Okay. And I want the line to be blue, and I want the inside of the circle to be white. All right. Let's see if I made any mistakes yet here. Oh, okay. That's more or less what I wanted, although it's a little bit too high. So let's try and get it lower. Okay, so instead of 460, let's make that bigger, like 500. Okay, let's run it. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Now, obviously I got the whole circles. I don't want the whole circles. I want like just the bottom half. So if I put another thing over this to block it out, like a white rectangle, then I could block that out and I would only have the bottom halves of the circles. Okay, so the middle of my circle, let's see, my circle has a radius of 120. So if I take the center plus 60, that's the bottom. No, I just take the center. That's where I want it. I want the center there. Okay. Now I've got to make sure I get out of my loop here, and I'm going to put in maybe I'm thinking of like a invisible white rectangle that goes all the way across. So canvas, draw, polygon. Okay, it's going to start all the way over at the left side. And it's going to start at 440. It's 500 minus 60. That's where I get that. 0, 440, 0, and 0, 500. 0, 500. I'm not copying and pasting, so I'm making more mistakes here. And it's got to go all the way to the other side of the canvas, which will be 600, 500, and then 600, 440. And it's got to be, man, I think I'm making a mistake here somewhere. Oh, I don't have the brackets around the points. I need the brackets around the points. I just looked at my polygon function over here, and I don't have these brackets. So I need those square brackets. Okay. Let's do this. Nope, there it is. This, and on the other side, this. Yep. Okay, go back here. So I just put in those square brackets, and then the thickness of the line is going to be 1. It's going to be white, real white. Okay, let's see what that does. Doesn't work. What if I do that? No, I can't take it. Can't take it out of the draw handler. Okay, white. Oh, maybe because it's like transparent. If I do that, hey, there we go. I just got a little bit left on the top, so I needed to make the fill white as well. I'm going to make it go a little bit higher, 501. Erase that a little bit. No, I didn't quite erase it. 502. No. What am I talking about? Don't make that bigger. Make the other one smaller. Okay, so 439, and this would be 439. Now I run it, and there we go. Okay, I got my waves. Well, that's like the hardest thing, right? So that's cool. But now, am I going to be able to put a boat on top of that invisible white? That invisible white thing that I have there. Let me look at the picture again. I need some kind of boat. Oh, and that's another, darn it, that's another half circle. How am I gonna? Oh, I could do like a draw line to get that straight line, but so I could get the arc and then a draw line to make the straight line. Okay, so let's try another circle. So I'll find my circle again. And I really like just copying and pasting that command so that I don't screw something up. Okay. But I don't want this stuff. I want to put in specific numbers. All right. I want him to be like, I'm going to mess around with those colors. I'm just going to make it black. Black, so the line is going to be black. Line is going to have thickness of 1. Let's see, what is, sure, 100 is fine, but then where to put him? I want to put him at the sort of the top of the wave. The wave is at something 500. No, it's the bottom of the wave. The top of the wave is at something 440. So let's try it like 50, 440. And let's run the code just to see what that, oh, oops, forgot a parentheses. Okay, now try it. Okay, so there it is. That's not really where I want it. I want it farther over, like in the middle, and then I want it just sitting on that thing there, sitting on top of the wave. So it's too high still, so I gotta make this number bigger. Too far to the left. Let's make that 300. And let's make sure it's not transparent. Let's put a white fill in there. See it now? Okay, yeah, that's kind of where I want it to be. Okay. Now I need another invisible white. I need another invisible white rectangle to cover up the part that I don't want to see, the top of the circle. So I'm going to copy this, but I know I got to change the numbers. Okay, it's got a radius of, it starts at 300, it's got a radius of 100. So then it must go from 200, the top to 200, 350. To, okay, that's the top left. Bottom left is 300, 350. And if you have trouble with the numbers like this, you can always just draw it out on a piece of paper, draw the rectangle and just think, 50, 100, 150, just label it like you would when you make a graph. For example, when you make a graph for algebra, when you label your X and Y axes, it's the same thing. Okay, 300, 450, 200, 450, and I want to see where this thing is. So I'm gonna make it green so it sticks out. And just like, okay, oh, that's wrong, obviously. I don't want it there. It's the right depth, but it doesn't cover up the whole circle. So it needs to go farther over to the right. So 0.1 is top left, 0.2 is bottom left. Excuse me. 0.3 is bottom right, so that's got to go farther. So 0.3 has got to go farther to the right. Okay, let's make it 550. That's the mistake. Yeah, I got to add 100 to that number. That's 550. Okay, now let's run it. Oh, no, still not there. I'm editing the wrong number. Okay. It's the X coordinate that's wrong. $200, $350. Oh, okay, I see what I did. This should be one more time. Let's see. Okay, 200, 350, and then 300. So this, I'm actually making the square the other way. 300. Okay. Make this 200, 450. And let's make this 400, 450, and then 400, 350. Let's try that. There we go. That's kind of what I want. I just don't want the green. So instead of green, make it white. Okay, so then I've got the little boat perched on top of the wave there. Now I want to draw a line. And I'm typing, so that's a little dangerous, but I think I got it right. I want to draw a line that goes from one side of the circle to the other. So from 200, 450 to 400, 450. I'm sure make it width of 1 and black. Try it. It's a little bit too far. Okay, so it doesn't have to be that far. So maybe just 250 and 350. Okay, there we go. I could make it even a little bit thicker here. Maybe make this one thicker too. So the boat is a little more substantial there. Okay. Well, that one line still looks kind of skinny. But, maybe what I could do is, it's probably being covered up by that other white polygon. So what I could do is just move it down a little bit. Move it down a little bit more. Whoops, 452. Okay. Well, I don't need to worry too much about all that stuff. Now let's draw another line. Okay, I gotta be in the middle of this. So the middle between 250 and 350 is 300. 300, 452. And I want it to go straight up. So we're gonna make that until 300, 400. And we'll make it 2, and we'll make it black. See what that goes. I'm trying to do the main mast. Okay, there it is. Maybe we can make it a little bit higher. So instead of 400, maybe 350. I'll make it go even higher. Okay, cool. So I'm getting really close, right? I'm almost done. I just got to make my little sail. And I think I'm going to make that another polygon. I'll make it a triangle. And again, it's just a question of finding the right place to put these numbers, right? So, okay, my line is at 300. So I want it to have x coordinate of 300. Maybe it'll start at the top. That's the top of the mast. 350. Okay, then the next I want it to go down. I want it to stay along the mast, but I want it to go lower. But not lower than 452. How about 420? Watch out for extra spaces or problems in there. Okay, then here, okay, it's got to go out to the right, so it's got to be more than 300. 350, and maybe I want it to be oops, yeah, that's out to the right. The same as the bottom there, along the bottom, so it's kind of a triangle shape. Well, the bottom is 420. Sorry. Okay, let's try it. Hey, oh, but it's green. Oh, maybe a little bit too thick here. Okay, there's my boat. Let's try it, see what the grader says. Correct. Kind of an easy grader. Okay, now here's question 2. And it looks like we want to draw an image of concentric circles that's around the center point. Your program should create an image similar to the one below. Okay, good. Well, that's easy. We're going to do that concentric circle trick again. We're going to use the for loop. So I'm copying the code here, and but before I put that, oops, I want to make a for loop. So for I in range. Let's see how many circles we got here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Draw a circle. Sure, we can start it in the middle, but then we should define, kind of doing this backwards, but we got to define those first. I don't even remember what color that is. No, I gotta iterate this this thing here. This is the radius. Well, it's easier to do concentric circles than concentric squares because I can just subtract a little bit from the radius each time. So I'm subtracting 10 from the radius each time. Oh, I have a problem. Looks like I'm missing a parentheses. Oh, okay. My circles may be a little bit too thick. Okay, there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I could do more if I wanted to. Ooh, cool. All right, let's see what the grader says. Cool. And then we're done with 6.6. And then next thing to do will be quiz 6. Okay, thank you for watching.